How you doing? I'm Kevin O'Hara for alcoholmastery.com. Today I wanted to talk about the taste of alcohol, the evolving taste for alcohol, you know, the taste from the beginning, and how you evolve this taste over time. I mean, if you think about it, think about where you started off drinking alcohol and that first time that you took that first sip. You know, the first time you smelled alcohol, you know, maybe you had a smell before you took your first sip, more than likely. You know, maybe you didn't take your first sip at the time when you took your first smell, you know. But I mean, to a young person's nose, the smell of alcohol is it's not very nice, to say the least, you know. I think to some kids, when you see their faces, you know, it's repulsive. I remember that first taste and thinking, whatever it was that I drank, it was a drink called Smithwick's, which was an Irish ale. It was a red ale, I think, if I can remember rightly. But I remember the first impression I got of that when I drank it first, put it into my mouth, was that it tasted like sick. You know, and as a kid, you know, you have your fair share of vomiting, you know, at one stage or another. So you understand what sick smells like, you understand what it tastes like. And that's exactly the taste that I got off alcohol, was sick. But I continued because, you know, you've got this, on the one hand, you've got this overwhelming urge, this physical urge, and this mental urge to spit it out because it tastes bad. Something that tastes that bad is not supposed to go into your mouth. I remember as a kid sitting in school, maybe I was 4 or 5, and I remember sucking on a Bic Biro and without the top, and I bit the top off. You know, there's a little blue top inside the thing of a blue Biro, and I bit that off, and I chewed down some of the end of it, and I was sucking on the interior tube full of ink, and whatever way I was sucking on it, the ink came out of it and went into my mouth. And I remember thinking that I'd poisoned myself and that I was going to die. You know, I remember having this horrible rush of adrenaline, it must have been, just sweeping over me, and this fear that I was going to, I'd killed myself, you know, that I'd done something really bad. And I was like, oh! There's blue ink splattering all out of my mouth, you know, mixed with spittle. And miss, and she was like, had to calm me down. And you know, I realized after a while that I wasn't in fact going to die, and that the feelings that I felt weren't death feelings coming over me. It was actually it was just panic. That's what I'd done, panicked as a kid. But you know, I think that basic feeling, that nasty feeling when you put something that tastes horrible into your mouth, the only thing with beer is you've seen the alcohol, the adults drinking the alcohol, so you understand that it's not going to kill you, right? You understand that you think it's not going to kill you. You know, you think, well, it's a good thing to do because the adults are doing it, and you know, they're adults, so they wouldn't do anything stupid. You know, I remember looking up at my father and thinking that my father was the best man on the planet. You know, he was the bee's knees, you know. He was everything that I wanted to be when I grew up, you know. If he drank, and he didn't drink much, but he did drink, and if he drank and he smoked, then by golly, that was certainly something that I wanted to do also, you know. But I'm saying, getting back to the topic of the beer, when you drink the beer for the first time, you know, your instinct is to spit it out, right? And to say, fuck that shit, I'm not drinking that, what the hell is that, you know, I'm putting it into my mouth, it tastes like poison. Well, you were right. But you've also got this other instinct, which is called peer pressure, and not wanting to look like a complete wanker in front of your mates, right? And that is the pressure that wins out at that early developmental stage, where, you know, your friends are not looking like a complete twat, that wins the day, and you swallow, and you take more, and you drink more, and that's the thing that really keeps you going. But if you put two drinks together now, if you put an alcohol-free beer and an alcohol beer in front of me, I can tell the difference just by the smell of it, because I can smell the alcohol, right? I'm not sure if I would have been able to do that beforehand. I don't know. I certainly would have noticed the taste, and I wouldn't have drank the alcohol-free beer. I'd have gone, oh no, that's no alcohol in it. That's for pussies, you know. It's for wankers, you know. That's for whatever, you know. It's not for drinkers. It's slop. It's not real beer. Now I have the odd alcohol-free beer, and I don't notice that it's not got alcohol in it. I just, whatever, it reminds me of something, and it's probably, I don't think it reminds me of the thing. I think it's more of it's something of my past, sort of little bit of still comfort there with my past, but not inflicting any of the alcohol on myself, you know. That I don't really like, you know. I much prefer to drink water and to be happy with drinking water, and not to feel like I have to drink anything else on a special occasion or anything like that. That, you know, drinking a special drink signifies that the occasion is any more special, or should be any more special, or whatever. I just, you know, you're with people because of the special occasion. You're celebrating with people because of the special occasion, and the celebration is being with those people and laughing and congratulating each other and being happy for each other, you know. Nothing to do with a drink or whatever, a food or whatever it is, you know. They're icing on the cake, but, you know, but I'm just saying that, you know, this taste that we have for alcohol is an acquired taste, you know. The initial taste that we have at the beginning, wanting to spit out the alcohol and not liking the taste, that's the natural state. You know, you're not born with the acquired taste. That's why it's called an acquired taste. And that's why it's so weird for people to be saying, well, yeah, we've been doing this for 6,000 years or whatever, you know. It doesn't make any difference. No matter where you were born, you're born with that natural repulsion to alcohol and to that taste of alcohol. And in order to get that taste for alcohol, you've got to keep doing it. You've got to put yourself under pressure, or allow other people to put you under pressure, in order for you to get those first, whatever, what is it, a few hundred drinks, a few thousand drinks down inside your system before you anyway like it. I mean, I was talking to this with Esther yesterday about, she was talking about her, some of her relations and just people that she'd known over the years who were whiskey drinkers, and most of them were, you know, turned sort of a little bit nasty when they started getting the volumes into themselves. And I was the same thing. You know, I used to always get a bit aggressive when I started drinking spirits, but I never liked the taste of spirits. I mean, the only thing that I could stomach from the spirit world was Southern Comfort. And Esther thinks that's a nasty, horrible, cloyingly sweet tasting, vomity liquid, you know. But I could never stomach whiskey, or I could just about drink a brandy, but I never liked it, you know. It was always towards the end of the night when I was already half pissed anyway, you know, and drink the brandy because I couldn't fit any more beer in, you know, and adding stupidity to stupidity. But as I said, you know, the acquired taste in it is a taste that evolves over time, and you have to work at it to get involved. So, you know, when people say, like I said, that you do, you know, people have been drinking alcohol for thousands of years, and, you know, we have acquired a taste for drinking alcohol. What bullshit, you know, because each one of us has to acquire that taste all over again. There's nobody that, you know, has that taste for alcohol. And I certainly, nobody would drink alcohol if there wasn't a buzz at the end of it, if they weren't getting some sort of form of a buzz off it. So that's today. That's the story. I'll just finish off today just by saying that, you know, like, I've said a lot of times in the past that in order to get away from alcohol, you've got to, hate is a strong word to say that you've got to start hating alcohol, but you've certainly got to regain that repulsion, that natural repulsion that you had when you first started drinking. You've got to get that back. And you only get that back by A, not drinking it, B, changing your mind about the whole thing and educating yourself about alcohol and what alcohol has been doing to your body, and educating yourself about the possibilities of life without alcohol, the fantastic possibilities, the positive possibilities of life without alcohol, you know. And that's about all I have to say on the subject today. So if you have any questions at all, leave a comment down below. Come on over to the website if you want to sign up for the Alcohol Mastery starter pack, or if you want to get any information about the new Alcohol Mastery program over on Habits Unplugged. It's going to be launched soon. Give me a shout about that, sign up for the newsletter, and I'll send out all the information there. Until next time, I'm Kevin O'Hara for alcoholmastery.com. Take care of yourself, keep the alcohol out of your mouth, onwards and upwards. Take care, bye bye now.